Larry Taylor here with the Word in Focus, doing a little series of short videos that I call Myth Busters. I've been a pastor for a long time. I was ordained the first time in 1973, May of 1973, as a matter of fact. And I've been a hospital chaplain for a decade or so, in addition to that. So I've been around a lot of sick people, a lot of dying people, done a lot of funerals. I've been around a lot of grieving people, been through some devastating grief experiences myself. And in those contexts, I hear some myths. I hear some things said that they make me cringe. In the moment, I don't correct them normally because it's not the time to do that. When somebody's grieving and somebody says something stupid, it's not the time to step in and try to straighten that out unless the grieving person is clearly, visibly upset by it. Then I would privately. But I hear things all the time. Like recently, in the hospital, a patient died. Patient's family was gathered in the waiting room outside of the ICU. And a very caring, well-meaning nurse who had attended to the loved one who had died came out and said, well, God needed another angel. Or I've heard people say something similar to that. You know, God wanted another angel. Well, now he's an angel. He's with God. Folks, dead people don't turn into angels. Angels are a created order separate from human beings. When a human being dies, a human being who has lived in relationship with God through Christ, when that human being dies, she or he is instantly in the presence of God. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And in the future, that person's physical body will be literally physically raised from the dead, and they will re-inhabit a new resurrected body, living with God forever, but they don't turn into angels. A variation on that theme that really makes me cringe is the one where I've heard people say to parents who have lost a young child, well, God needed another angel. And that makes me cringe, not just because dead people don't turn into angels, but because it makes me think, well, what kind of a God would go around killing people's children in order to add to his army? What sort of God do we believe in? That's not the God of the Bible. That's a monster. God doesn't kill children. Satan is the one who goes about seeking whom he can destroy and kill. God, not God. God is on the side of life, health, and strength. Death is the last enemy that has been conquered on the cross and will be finally and completely overcome when all things are completely made new. A lot of times when people are trying to comfort grieving people, they say things that are well-meaning, but are not helpful. You know, like God needed another angel. Or at least you can have other children. Or, well, I'm glad he's not suffering anymore. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, I am glad. But when you lose someone you love, you don't want them here suffering. You want them here not suffering. Why can't you have it both ways? So, again, we are called to speak the truth in love. So we need to make sure that what we're saying really is the truth. And before we say it, we need to make sure that what we're about to say, even if it is the truth, is truly motivated by love. Thanks for joining me.